Hi, Christopher. I'm Mrs. Stovall. I'm your music teacher, and I'm going to tell you about the perks of the music class today. Since you're our new student, I want to go over everything with you, and at the end, if you have any questions, you can let me know. Nobody needs to raise your hand. I'm going to just tell you everything you need to know. All right. First of all, the perks, as you can see, that's not really the way you spell perk, but that's the way it ends up in my class. Each of these letters represents something. The P stands for procedures. That's how you do things in my classroom. And the main thing we talk about is how you come in and go out of my classroom. When you come in my classroom, you'll stay in a single file line. You'll take a blue book from the shelf. The first person in line comes and sits in the very first seat. And then each person behind waits till the person in line in front sits down, and they sit in the very next seat. Fill up the front row, and then we go to the second row, and so on. No need to save seats, no need for skipping seats. Just sit in the next available seat. They're all good seats. While I am singing the roll, then I'll have my folder monitors or my folder managers give out the folders, and then we'll begin class. At the end of class, I'll ask my book manager to come up front. Who is my book manager? Brian. Brian Guyton is my book manager. Brian's going to come up, and he's going to make sure all the books go back on the shelf the exact same way. I'm really picky about that. And then I'll ask the front row to stand up. You'll come around, you'll put your folders in the container that'll be sitting here. If you have a stick, you'll trade in your stick, and then you go around, put your book on the shelf, and you stand in line and wait for your teacher to get here. All right, so procedures. How to come in, how to go out of my classroom. Next, the E stands for expectations. I don't have rules in my classroom. I have expectations for my students. And I really only have 4 expectations, but they are very, very important. And that's why I've made the posters over on this side of the room to remind everybody of my expectations, the things that I look for in my students. The blue poster says positive participation. The student who's showing positive participation is the student who's following all school and classroom rules and procedures. It's the person who does what I ask the very first time I ask it. It is the person who is being kind, polite, respectful, and maybe even helpful. If I catch you showing positive participation, you may earn a blue stick, same color as the poster. When I give you the stick, just put it under your chair along with your book and your folder. The yellow poster says sparkly singing. And while you might not be the best singer in this school, or maybe not even the best singer in this classroom, but I catch you singing your very best, giving it your try, singing all the words, just working your hardest on singing, you might earn a yellow stick for sparkly singing. The red poster says watching the director. As a musician, it's very important to watch the director, because the director is the person who shows you when to start and stop singing or playing, shows you how loud or how soft, how fast or how slow. If I catch you watching the director, especially when some other students aren't doing such a great job, I may give you a red stick for watching the director. And last but not least, the green poster says perfect posture. And posture is the way you hold your body. And I have 3 body positions for music class. Right now, everyone in this classroom is sitting in position 1. Position 1 is a relaxed, still, listening position. What part of your body do you use when you listen, Christopher? Your ears. Does any part of your body have to move in order for you to listen? No. We're made to listen without doing anything at all. And I think that's the way that we listen best, is when we're nice and still. Okay, class, would you demonstrate position 2 for Christopher, please? Christopher, position 2, your back is straight. Excellent, you're getting there with the other students. Your back is straight, your feet are flat on the floor. Your hands are on your lap, unless you're holding the music. If you're holding the music, you're holding it up high enough to read the words and the notes, but low enough to still watch the director. Okay, class, go ahead and get in position 3. Position 3 is our stand-up singing position. Your feet are flat on the floor. Give a little room in between for good balance. Your hands are down by your side, not in your pockets, not behind your back, like you're playing Guess Which Hand, not in front, like, ooh, I gotta go, not like this, super singer, not like this, me chief singer pretty, not like this, me Britney singer, and not like this, me gold digger, no, but not mouse by your side. Okay. Everybody looks great. You can go back to position 1. Excellent. And you did that without talking. Good job, guys. All right. If I kept you in perfect posture, I like to catch you in position 1 or at the end of a song. It's easy to start a song out in perfect posture, but it's hard to stay that way. If I kept you showing perfect posture, I might give you a green stick, same color as the poster. And you might say, Mrs. Stovall, what do I want one of these sticks for? This looks like what the doctor puts in my mouth when he wants to look down my throat. Well, do not put it in your mouth. Lots of students have had their hands on these. They've had them on the floor. You don't know where their hands have been. You don't know where their feet have been. Don't put it in your mouth. And besides, I had a student one time goes, he just put a stick in his mouth, and the kid goes, Guess what? He had blue all over his face because he had a blue stick. The blue comes off. So if you put it in your mouth, you don't have to throw it away. What you do is, in my class, sticks are like money. And at the end of class, if you still have one of these sticks, you can trade it in for stickers or stamps. When you save up 10 stickers or stamps on the back of your folder, your name goes on a star that goes on my star musician wall. And you get to go to my treasure box. When you save up 20 stickers or stamps, your name goes on a large star, and you get to go to my treasure box. So for every 10 stickers or stamps, you get another star, and you get to go to the treasure box. But you might be a person that doesn't want to save. You might say, Miss Stovall, you know, I earned my stick today. I want my pay today. Well, that's fine. You could trade it in for goldfish crackers. One stick, you get 3 goldfish crackers. Or you might rather have candy. One stick, you get 2 Mike and Ike's. They're kind of like big jelly beans. Okay? So by meeting my expectations, you just learned about the rewards for music class. And I like to give rewards. I give a lot more rewards than I do the final thing, don't I, guys? Okay, so we've got procedures, expectations, rewards. The last thing that we're going to learn about are my consequences. Now, sometimes consequences are good, but in my classroom, consequences are not good. Okay? You know, for instance, if I run a red light, I might get a speeding ticket. That would be my consequence for not doing the right thing. Well, in my classroom, there are consequences. And I put some notes up to remind everybody about the consequences. The first time, it's a warning. And I'll ask you to come over here and put your name on my board so that I remember that I've given you a warning. The second is timeout or loss of privilege. I might take your stick. I might have you put your recorder away if we're playing recorders. If we're playing other instruments, you might just have to sit out. I have a timeout paragraph that I can have you copy during this time. Sometimes it is timeout in another classroom. If I've had to give you timeout in my classroom several times, this timeout will be in another classroom. Okay? After I've warned you, after I've given you timeout, if you're still not meeting my expectations, number 3 is a behavior contract. It's like a note that goes home that says you'll be willing to work on certain behaviors before you come back to my classroom the next time. And I could check it says I will do my best to improve on the following by, and I put the date of the next time you're coming to my class. And I could check follow directions, pay attention, use better self-control, talk less in class, raise my hand instead of speaking out. There's also a couple lines here that I could fill in things like be kind to others, respect my teacher, take care of school property. You'll sign it, I'll sign it, I'll tear it apart and keep the yellow sheet. You'll take the white sheet home and give it to your folks. Get your mom, dad, whomever takes care of you to sign it, and you'll bring it back to class next time. If you don't bring it back to class next time, I'll have to give your parents a phone call. Do yourself a favor. I have 4 kids of my own, and if you get a note like this, yeah, my kids would have probably gotten in trouble at home. But if their teacher had given them a note and I hadn't seen it, it would have been a lot more trouble. Do yourself a favor, go ahead and give it to them the first time. Okay, if I've warned you, if I've given you time out, if I've given you a behavior contract and you're still not meeting my expectations, as soon as my afternoon is over, I'll go to the office and get the number where I can get in touch with your folks. I'll call them at home or on their cell phone or at